Hey, this is Chris. Today I just wanted to talk about the interaction of the CS12 from Nectar and its connection with the Fender Studio Pro software. And what we've got in front of me here is just a little ESI-Audio Xkey and the CS12 itself. And up on the screen, of course, I've set up a bunch of tracks quickly just with the in-stock kind of items that come with the Fender Studio Pro or PreSonus Studio One, whatever you want to call it. And what I've also done is just added another external plugin, and just to give you an idea of how it handles that as well. And what you will find with working with this machine is it has the ability to jump around really quickly. We call it a channel strip controller because those parts there are basically everything that's needed to run an effect on the channel, control the channel itself over on this side here with its volume level, etc. And then open and closing windows and all of that sort of stuff to get you around. Firstly, I'm obviously just working on that first channel, which is the Mojito, and with these arrows here, I'm able to jump between the tracks. So now we're looking at Mai Tai with an effect on it. We're looking at Presence with an effect on it. We're looking at Impact, and I've kept the Impact dry, but just to show you the ability of being able to get around with the different particular drum sounds and how you can work with them. And just to start with Mojito, you'll notice there's a row of lights. So depending on these lights, how many effects you have actually inserted on the channel. The top one, of course, is Mojito itself. And when I press on the Mojito, the green button, what you'll see is all these parameters come up. And if you look at your screen once again, you can actually see what's going on up there. So it's been mapped, and you've got your oscillator, your filter, your amplifier, or your home, which is like a compilation of all the best bits, and including like effects and stuff like that. And that's the fun of it. I won't get too involved in making the music side of it. That's your job. I will step to the next thing. And what we have now is Mai Tai, of course. And once again, pressing the top button, coloured button, the green one, and we're in Mai Tai land. 3 functions there: oscillator, filter, LFO, your envelope mod. So there's a lot of parameters basically laid out already for you. So one of the things I've found with the basically native plugins, I guess, is once you actually get to grips with them, they're a lot more fun than if you're just messing around with a mouse. And being able to do things in real time, of course, means that you can actually have a lot more fun. If I press the button again, it takes me back to that initial screen where you've got your presets, your sound amount, reverb amount, all that. So that's a lot of fun to get involved in, especially with a more complicated screen like Mai Tai compared with Mojito. Once again, stepping along, and we're in the presence of presence. And this is just a a fun little kind of stereo effect there. And pressing the button again, I'm in the land of presence, and and it just means you can jump around once again with all the knobs and dials on there. I'll keep repeating myself, unfortunately, because the way it actually works is so much fun. It's really great to get hands on. And, of course, if I press the second button, I have my compressor there. And the compressor on the channel, all the functionality... So you can actually see all that in action, and it's all laid out for you, all of the different functions that you have come to know from just basically working with it. And of course, you press the button again and it switches you back to the original functions of presence, and then you can work your way down. So if you're one of those people that likes an EQ and a compressor and an effect on top of a plugin, there's 4 spots there. There's actually 8. There's actually 16. So 9 to 16 is under the top button up there. And then you've got sends if you're using an effect kind of over everything. And channel, you can actually select bits and pieces going on. You've got your solo function, of course, so everything else in the mix will shut down, your mutes and all that sort of stuff. And it just basically means you've got a lot of access going on there. And you can have a lot of fun with what you've got laid out in front of you. No mouse, less mouse. My initial setup involved the mouse, but since that, nothing. I haven't really had to touch it. And of course, if I press this one here, which looks like a little mixer, I get a mixer. If I press this button here, it shuts down the effect. I'll go to that button there and it'll shut down the other effect. So the plugin and effects and everything like that can be opened and closed on screen, or you can just operate them from the front panel of the CS12, and you have access to everything. If I go down to impact, this one gets a little bit more tricky simply because of the fact that you've got multiple elements going on. In other words, lots of drum pads. So opening it up, you'll find that I want that guy there. I'll open it up, and what I have on screen now is my kick drum, for example. But when I... And you'll notice up on screen I've got pad focus. So if I jump and hit a snare drum, so once I hit that hi-hat, all of my functions become available to me. Once again, with pad focus turned on. So if you want to keep editing your drums and you're not happy with how they're sitting in the mix, you can keep tweaking. Keeps going and going and going. And next one along, I've thrown in a Steinberg product just because I wanted to do something different on there. And I've done the Retrologue, which is their recreation of, old style 80s synth sounds and stuff like that. Press the button and I've got my functionality in front of me. Now, what I actually did have, I've got the ShimmerVerb from Eventide, and with the functions already done, they're already mapped. I haven't done anything to this. I've just loaded it, and and of course turning it off with the active button. So from the point of view of getting to grips with what's going on, having fun with the process again, rather than mousing your way around and sort of being able to access one parameter at a time with your mouse movements and all that sort of stuff, the CS12 is actually a very, very fun little device to work with. And of course, it has the ability to do all those things like turn on your metronome, turn off your metronome, loop, unloop, whatever you want to do, set your loop points, that sort of stuff. Turn your quantizing on, etc. with your shift button, and there's a lot to it. And there it is. I'll finish there. Have fun. See you.